Hello, once again, this is Barnabas 217 from Sonny's Warriors, and we are going to do a 3 Golem GoHo breakdown. And the reason why I wanted to show this was a new strategy for me. I was running into a lot of 1 and 2 star GoHo attacks because I am a new Town Hall 9. And one of our members in our clan named Dan, he's an expert at strategy and planning. He said, you know what, while your heroes are low, and your golems are low level, you should take 3 with your GoHo. But because of that, you got to adjust your composition. So we're going to look at what I did last war, and it got me 3 stars. And in the last 2 wars, I've gotten 12 stars with this strategy, and it has just been cleaning up at low level Town Hall 9s. So I want to show it. I want to break it down so our low Town Hall 9s can use it. And anyone else that is struggling getting that GoHo when you first cross it into the Town Hall 9 war zones. So what we have here is a pretty decent base. It's not maxed out. It's not the best base design, but you're going to see this kind of base a lot in early Town Hall 9s. You're going to have your 2 expos. You're going to have your king and your queen, or your king and your queen in the center of the base. And it's hard to get to that queen because you got to take her out if you're going to do a hog attack. So you need to figure out how to get in there. But you also want to be able to have both crossbows locked onto your golems. And if possible, try to clear out a double giant bomb spot. And so although if you can do those 3 things, you're going to have a successful GoHo attack. So I'm bringing 3 golems, two of my low level 2 golems, and then I got a max in the CC. And so what you want to do here is I'm coming from this area right here because I know 2 wall breakers will get me through this wall, and then a jump spell will get me over all of these walls and into all 3 of those compartments. And I get most of my more bang for my buck that way. Now if you notice, I have 2 heals, a rage, and a jump. And this is a different composition than you normally see with a hog. You normally see 3 heals and either the jump or the rage, but having both is really beneficial to low level golems and low level heroes because that jump gets you into that middle compartment quickly, and the rage just punishes the defensive buildings and the queen and the CC when it comes out after you. Now in this golem, in this GoHo, because I have 3, I don't have to kill the CC. I don't have to lure out to the side and kill it first. That is another benefit, and it saves you a lot of time for that cleanup. So I want to show you something, and this was pointed out to me and is a great idea. When you have a mortar, the mortars or the wizard towers are what destroy your wall breakers when you go for a GoHo. When you've got the golems banging against the walls and you're ready to drop your wall breakers, this mortar, the splash damage will take them out. So you want to have your wizard tower and your mortars lock onto a golem off to the side, either the left or the right. Let them lock on, then drop your middle golem. And what that ends up doing is it takes all of the splash damage and throws it on the side, which leaves all of the room for your wall breakers to hit in the middle. Now let's see how that goes. So if you notice, I dropped the one on the left first, bang, the mortar's locked onto him. So there's no possible way there's going to be any splash damage on that wall. And that is a big, big deal when you're dropping wall breakers. So I've got the funnel being started with my wizards. And you want to spread your golems out far enough that they cover quite a few wizards. But the problem is if you spread them out too far, when that wall breaks, they won't go for it and they'll just stay there. And you've basically done nothing but thrown a golem into the position of a giant in your hog attack. And that is not a good thing. That is not good use of 30 spaces from your army. So what we want to do is we want to spread them out, but we don't want them to go too far to the sides. So when that hole breaks, they all go inside. Alright, so I've got my funnel being built. At this time, I need to be dropping my queen to clear up some of the center trash. And then once I've got a lot of the trash cleared up, I could drop wall breakers and then the king. Now, there is one thing that I do a lot is I drop that king a little soon. Now, most people drop it late, but I've been dropping it a little too soon. And the reason why is the king is sometimes beating my golems into these openings. And if he does that, then the expos are going to lock onto him and you're going to be in a world of hurt. So let's see what happens. I clean up all that trash, drop the queen. Here comes the wall breakers. They're going for that pink wall. I dropped another one just in case. And guess what happens? I dropped those other 2. and they make it to the second layer of defense. Now on this one, I didn't drop my king too late. So the golems were in first, which is a big deal. This max golem triggers a small bomb, which is great. I didn't have any idea it was there. And they all get into that compartment. My king should come down. Now everything is targeting the golems. That is what you want. This X-bow will be on those golems for the rest of this match. And so the CC comes in, I drop my jump, and I drop my rage, and it's hard to tell what's going on here, but the wizards that are coming in the back door and the queen are just going to town on that CC while everything is keying onto the golems. The dragons, the wizards, whatever else is in that CC is only focused on those golems. So all of your heroes, they're not taking any damage. The wizards aren't taking any damage. And then I get to drop my hog attack. Now here is my mistake. I dropped these hogs too low to this cannon. And the reason I say that is I just know there's a bomb right there, right? I don't want my hogs to hit that. If I would have dropped them a little bit higher, they would have pathed to the cannon and then to the wizard tower without ever triggering that bomb. That was my original plan, and I had forgotten it in the heat of battle. Now watch what happens to these hogs. And bang. Okay, so notice they went towards the mortar instead of the wizard tower. They triggered that bomb. If that had been a full out bomb, I would have been in a world of hurt. Now I dropped that heal almost immediately, but if I'd have caught a bad mortar or the wizard tower was maxed, I could have lost everything and lost that raid. But instead, I got my first heal there. It was a little earlier than I wanted to drop because I made a mistake. But you have to save the bulk of the hogs, otherwise you're going to be you're never going to make it through the attack. So I pre-healed this section because I knew they were going to be in this section a long time, and you always want to heal in front of a wizard tower because the wizard tower is going to affect all of the hogs. So it's always a good place to start is to heal in front of them. Now if you look, my queen is still almost max. These hogs, they're worn down because of all the spring traps, but my golemites are still up. I've got wizards in my back pocket where I'm dropping on the sides to do cleanup. Now look, these wizards up here got me the 3 stars. You keep 2 wizards in your pocket, and I'm telling you, you're going to go from a 99% 1 star, you're going to end up with a 3-star attack. Those wizards do a lot of damage. They don't take up a lot of troop space, and keeping them at the end guarantees that they're going to stay healthy all the way through. So this is just simple cleanup, but I want you to learn from some of the mistakes I make about where I'm dropping these hogs. You got to learn about hog pathing, and we can do a video about that. But the better you get at understanding all of the finer points of a GoHo, the better your GoHo will be. So Dan, I'd like to thank you for that strategy. I've used it 6 times, and every time it's gotten me 3 stars. So really appreciate that, and was able to help me step my game up.